There is a level of discipline that makes people uncomfortable around you. They will not say it directly, but you will notice it. The way they avoid eye contact when you talk about your routine. The way they laugh nervously when you decline invitations. The way they say you are too intense, too extreme, too much. That is not concern, that is fear. Fear of what you represent, fear of what they refuse to become. And 99% of men will never understand this because they think discipline is about waking up early or going to the gym. That is not discipline. That is just habit. Real discipline is something far more dangerous. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what separates the 1% from everyone else. If you are not ready to hear this, leave now. But if you want to become the man that makes others question their entire existence just by being in the room, keep watching, because what you're about to learn will change everything. Let me start with what 99% of men get wrong. They think discipline is about following rules. Wake up at 5 a.m., cold showers, no sugar, train every day. They treat discipline like a checklist, and then they wonder why it does not work, why they still feel empty, why people still do not respect them, why nothing changes. Here is the truth. Discipline is not about following rules. Discipline is about becoming a different species. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote that ordinary men live by rules. Exceptional men create them. That is the difference. 99% follow systems created by others. The 1% build their own, and that shift changes everything. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Two men decide to get disciplined. Man A reads a self-help book, wakes up at 5 a.m., hits the gym, drinks protein shakes, posts motivational quotes. Man B disappears completely. No posts, no updates, no updates, no updates, no explanations. 6 months later, they meet again. Man A looks the same, maybe slightly fitter, still complaining about his job, still waiting for his big break. Man B is unrecognizable. Different body, different energy, different life. Man A is confused. We did the same thing. Why did you change and I did not? Man B smiles. We did not do the same thing. You followed a routine. I rebuilt my identity. That is the difference. 99% change their actions, 1% change who they are, and that is what scares people. So let me break down the real discipline blueprint. This is what the 1% actually do. Phase 1. Choose one impossible standard and never break it. Most men try to be disciplined in 20 areas at once. Wake up early, eat clean, train hard, read daily, meditate, journal, network. That is not discipline. That is distraction. Real discipline is about one unbreakable law, one standard so extreme that it defines your entire existence. Here are examples. I will never miss a workout, ever. Not for holidays, not for injuries, not for death. I will never eat processed food, ever. Not at weddings, not at funerals, not in emergencies. I will never waste $1 on instant gratification, ever. Pick one, only one, and make it so extreme that breaking it feels like dying. Here is what happens when you have one impossible standard. Everything else falls into place. You do not need 20 rules. You need one law that rewires your brain. And when people see you never break that law, they start to fear you because they know they could never do it. Phase 2. Eliminate every single decision. This is what 99% miss. They think discipline is about making the right choice every time. But discipline is not about choices. Discipline is about removing them. Here is what I mean. Most men wake up and decide whether to work out. That decision drains willpower, and eventually they choose wrong. The 1% do not decide. They remove the option entirely. 5 a.m., gym. No discussion, no negotiation, no alternatives. It is not a choice. It is automatic. Machiavelli wrote this: "He who hesitates is lost." The 1% never hesitate because there is nothing to hesitate about. So here is your task. Identify every daily decision you make and eliminate it. What to eat, automated meal plan, same meals every day, when to work, fixed schedule, no flexibility, what to wear, Same outfit, no thinking required, remove every decision and you remove every opportunity to fail. That is real discipline. Phase 3. Build in public silence. Here is the biggest mistake 99% make. They announce their discipline, post their gym selfies, share their morning routines, talk about their goals, and then they fail. Why? Because announcing discipline gives you a dopamine hit without doing the work. Your brain rewards you for talking about it, so you never actually do it. The 1% do the opposite. They go completely silent. No posts, no updates, no explanations. They just disappear and build. And 6 months later, people ask, "Where have you been?" That is when they reveal the transformation. Not before, after. Machiavelli warned against this. He said men who reveal their plans invite sabotage. The same applies to discipline. Stay silent. Build in darkness. Emerge transformed. That is what scares people. Phase 4. Make discipline your only personality trait. This sounds extreme. It is. But here is the truth. 99% try to balance discipline with being likable. They work out, but skip occasionally to hang out with friends. They eat clean, but cheat on weekends to fit in socially. They want to be disciplined and popular. That is impossible. Real discipline makes you unlikable. People will call you obsessed. Extreme, no fun, and you have to be okay with that, because the 1% do not care about being liked. They care about being respected, and respect comes from being undeniable. So here is the shift. Stop trying to be balanced. Stop trying to be relatable. Just become so disciplined that your entire identity is built around it. When people think of you, they should think, that guy never breaks. That becomes your reputation, your brand, your power. And yes, it will scare people. Good. Phase 5. Punish yourself for breaking standards. Here is what separates the 1% from everyone else. Consequences. 99% set goals and then forgive themselves for failing. Mr. Workout. It is okay. I will go tomorrow. Ate junk food. It is fine. I will start again Monday. That is why they never change. The 1% do not forgive themselves. They punish failure immediately. Here is how. If I miss a workout, I do not eat that day. Period. If I waste money on something stupid, I donate double that amount to charity. If I break my one law, I reset my entire streak to #0. Harsh? Absolutely, but it works, because your brain learns that breaking discipline has real consequences, and over time, breaking becomes impossible. That is what creates scary discipline. Phase 6. Operate on a different timeline. 99% measure discipline in days and weeks. I have been disciplined for 30 days, 90 days, 6 months. The 1% measure in years and decades. They do not think, I will be disciplined this year. They think, I will be disciplined for the next 40 years. That shift changes everything, because when you operate on a 40-year timeline, daily sacrifices become irrelevant. Missing a party, irrelevant. I have 40 years of parties. Skipping a meal, irrelevant. I have 40 years of meals. Short-term pain disappears when you zoom out, and people feel that energy. They sense you are playing a completely different game, and it terrifies them. Phase 7. Become visibly different. Here is the truth most people will not say. Discipline must be visible, not through posts, through your physical presence. 99% look average, slightly fit, normal clothes, regular energy. The 1% look alien, shredded physique, perfect posture, intense eyes, controlled movements. People see you and immediately know that person is different. And that visibility is what creates fear, because you become a walking reminder of what they are not. Every time they see you, they are confronted with their own lack of discipline. That is uncomfortable, that is scary, and that is exactly the effect you want. Phase 8. Never explain, never justify. This is the final piece. When people ask about your discipline, 99% explain, I wake up early because it is scientifically proven to increase productivity. I eat clean because I want to live longer. I train hard because fitness is important. That is weakness. The 1% never explain. When someone asks why you do not drink, you say, I do not. When someone asks why you never miss a workout, you say, "I do not miss." No justification, no explanation, just facts. Machiavelli wrote this: "He who justifies his power reveals weakness." The same applies to discipline. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your standards. Just live them silently, ruthlessly, and let your results speak. Let me tell you what happens when you apply this. Within 30 days, people start noticing. They do not say anything, but you feel it, the way they watch you, the way they ask questions, the way they avoid challenging you. Within 90 days, your entire social circle shifts. Weak people disappear. They cannot handle being around you. Strong people appear. They respect what you represent. Within 6 months, you become untouchable. No one questions you. No one doubts you. No one disrespects you, because your discipline speaks louder than any words ever could. And within 1 year, you look back and realize you are not the same person. You rebuilt yourself from scratch, and that transformation is permanent. Here is your action plan. Step 1. Choose your one impossible standard today. Write it down. Commit forever. Step 2. Eliminate every daily decision this week. Automate everything. Step 3. Delete all social media posts about your goals. Go silent immediately. Step 4. Make discipline your entire identity. Stop trying to be likable. Step 5. Set real punishments for failure. No forgiveness, only consequences. Step 6. Think in decades. 40-year timeline starting now. Step 7. Transform your physical appearance. Become visibly different. Becomes visibly different. Step 8. Stop explaining yourself. Ever. Do this for 6 months and I guarantee you will scare people. Not because you are dangerous, but because you are undeniable. And most people have never met someone truly undeniable in their entire lives. So let me ask you, what is your one impossible standard? The one rule you will never break, no matter what? Drop it in the comments. I want to see who is serious and who is pretending. And if this video just revealed what you have been doing wrong, hit subscribe. Because I release content like this every single week that will completely change how you approach discipline and success. And if you want the strategies I cannot share publicly, click the join button below. You will get access to the full framework, the exact daily systems, the punishment protocols, everything the 1% actually use. Thanks for watching. Now go become so disciplined it scares them.